Unable to keep up with the who, the when, the why, and the how. Well, fear not. It's a little late, but this is last week's news now. What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're new, hey, grab a seat and stay a while. Do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment. YouTube does love the comments. And of course, share the video out on all the socials. Whew. Okay. It's Monday. You know the drill. Quick rundown on a few stories you might have missed in the week that was pop culture. So without any ado whatsoever, let's get into it. All links will be down below in the description as well. Check them out. First story comes to us from Variety. Disney last week had their quarterly earnings call, and they needed some good news after the disaster that was the annual shareholders call the previous month. Well, that didn't happen. Disney Plus, for the second straight quarter, lost subscribers. Previous quarter, it had lost 2.4 million. This was 4 million subscribers lost worldwide, 300,000 of which came from the United States and Canada. Ouch. Interestingly enough, Netflix, HBO Max, the partly owned by Disney Hulu, and the exclusively owned by Disney ESPN Plus all gained subscribers. Is it any wonder Disney is going to be shelling out billions of dollars that they don't have to buy out Comcast's interest in Hulu? Just saying. Oh, speaking of Disney Plus, from bounding into comics, Leslye Headland, the former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein. Well, her series, The Acolyte for Lucasfilm, to be going on to Disney Plus, had some things to say about her show, which she is the writer, director, executive producer of. And she pretty much confirmed that her story is a commentary on current American society, culture, and politics. Joy. Oh, translation, that is made for a modern audience, and it's going to reflect the world that we live in. She goes on to say in the article that her show is an original idea, as it's taken from the perspective of a villain. Wasn't that the prequels? I'm just saying. And there's something else that she said, and I'm going to pull it up from the article here. Now, if there's any question as to where this story's going, this kind of says it all. Now, she did use a word that rhymes with beer, but starts with Q. So for the sake of YouTube, since it doesn't like that word, I'm going to substitute beer for the word that sounds like beer, but starts with a Q. So we're all on the same page here. Okay. So, quote, "When I was a young beer girl, I was just hanging out with Ursula the Sea Witch from The Little Mermaid," she told the outlet. "As a beer girl growing up, if you don't identify with the heroes and the villains show up and they are all beer coded, you're like, yes, that's me," end quote. Headland also added, quote, "As a beer filmmaker, you're going to see some camp, inevitably. But I would say that tonally our references are darker," end quote. Is that what you want, Star Wars fans? Is that what you want? A commentary, a social, political, cultural commentary from a beer perspective? I know that's what I want in my Star Wars. Said no one ever. And last story. This is a long one, but it's gonna be fun. This comes to us from ScreenRant. Super Mario Brothers continues its dominance over the 2023 box office, sitting as the time of recording this just under $1.2 billion worldwide. This makes the Access shill media, Grace Randolph, very unhappy. So ScreenRant came up with a top 10 list of films that could rival or even dethrone Mario. We're going to go through these from 10 to 1. Number 10, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Sadly, no. I did enjoy this film, and it did have a much better second the weekend, as it dropped. The drop was only 49%. It was expected to have a $50 million dollar second the weekend. The projections are looking at a $60 million second weekend. But unfortunately, this film, with what's coming up, it break even seems to be the most likely case. Sorry. Number 9, Fast X. Now, this debuts next week, and unless Vin Diesel turns into a car, or Brie Larson dies in a fiery car crash, out of the previous 9 films, only 2 have cleared the $1 billion mark when you adjust it for inflation. So, no. Number 8. The Little Mermaid. Disney's really hoping this will be part of that world, meaning successful films. But with a domestic predicted $110 million box office over a 4-day weekend? Nope. Number 7, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. While Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse overperformed and did rather well, it only managed $375 million globally. My spider sense is tingling, telling me no. Number 6, The Flash. No matter how many versions of the Bat you throw at this film, it's not going to help. Sorry, Snyder fans, but no way. Number 5, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This film needs to hit around $1 billion just to break even. And at this point, the Lost Ark and the whole Holy Grail are going to be easier to find than success. I'm just saying. Number 4, Mission Impossible. So when adjusted for inflation, the first 2 films cleared $1 billion. Now, Tom Cruise has kind of rekindled his success after the massive hit Top Gun Maverick. He's been ingratiating with the fans, and Steven Spielberg has even said he has saved the movie industry. Possibly. Number 3, Oppenheimer. Looks good, but Christopher Nolan, and he rarely disappoints, and so I don't think this film is going to bomb. See what I did there? It's not going to reach Mario status, so no. Number 2, The Marvels. No. And finally, the number one, Ballad of Songbirds and Serpents, The Hunger Games. This is the prequel. And again, when you adjust for inflation, the previous films all did rather well with Catching Fire crossing the $1 billion threshold. And if this prequel is going to have any chance of that, it's going to need to catch fire with great word of mouth and really leg out. Possible, not likely. But anyway, these are just my thoughts on the news you might have missed last week. I want to hear what you think down below in the comments, and check me out tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, over on Legion Talk, going back to the world of Westeros for Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 7, and then check me out Wednesday for, yes, folks, amazingly enough, another Joker Recommends. A surprise for you. But thanks for stopping by, guys. Quick reminder before you head out, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. I will see you very soon. Always have fun. Hashtag keep talking. And always keep that smile on your face. Toodles.